Hi guys. So we're here today to talk about onboarding the next billion users into games and on-chain summer. So welcome Ben and Giuliano. First off, thank you guys for allowing us to have this space and this stage. And what an honor it is to be speaking up here with two such esteemed speakers. So do you guys want to give an intro of yourselves? We'll start with Ben.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jadey, for that very gracious introduction. Esteemed. I don't know. Thank you for attending, everybody, and listening to our talk today. My name is Ben Colayco. I'm the CBO of Iskra. We are an all-in-one Web3 game platform where we not only offer Web3 games, but other Web3 services such as a wallet, a DEX, a launchpad, governance staking, and those services. And anyone, whether you're a player or a developer, gets rewarded based on your participation on the platform. So if you use any of the services, you run a node and all that stuff, you get rewarded. My background is I'm an online game publisher from back in the day. I was fortunate enough to help pioneer online games with a lot of Korean game developers into emerging markets in Southeast Asia, such as the Philippines. I went to India. We went all the way to the other side of the globe to Brazil and then to Colombia. And I've had the chance to work with many, many Korean game developers. And a buddy of mine, we opened up a joint venture in California, and I've been there ever since. So I did this for over a decade. And as many people know in the publishing business, it is a hit-driven, capital-intensive business. And so, my partners and I, we decided to sell to a company called Tencent. And I don't know if everybody knows, but they are the major shareholder in some major video game brands you may recognize, such as Fortnite, League of Legends, the Unreal Engine. So I do have some familiarity with the game publishing business. And I think on the Iskra team, there's a lot of folks like me, but then there's also a lot of folks that are like you guys, young, cool, Web3 native, incredible developers and game developers. And we're hoping that this experience provides a potent mix for what we're trying to accomplish. So there you go.
And Giuliano?
Amazing story, Ben. So, hey everyone, thanks for coming. Thanks for KBW, thanks for Iskra. Thanks for also moderating, Jadey. And so I'm Giuliano. Everyone can call me G. Right now I'm a head of expansion for Asia at Coinbase. And my background is it's more into a social media tech guy. I was with Facebook pretty early. Then I moved to BlackBerry Messenger and worked for Tinder for quite a while, the dating app. But my journey with Coinbase started 1.5 years ago. But my crypto stories, I purchased my first Bitcoin in 2016. So it's pretty down to the rabbit hole since then. And right now, for everyone who probably don't know, Coinbase just incubated what we call Base. Base is an Ethereum layer 2 we built on top of OP stack. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to accelerate the economic freedom by bringing a lot more on-chain use cases and building a very scalable layer 2, one of the most developer-friendly layer 2. And I think we just launched 5 weeks ago, and so far we received a very overwhelmingly positive response. And one of it is we just launched Onchain Summer, and that's where we are here. We're partnering with Iskra to basically bringing more on-chain use cases to the crypto economy.
So we're talking about on-chain summer, and you guys just said that you just launched that. So what does that mean for you both, and how are you bringing the next billion users onto the Web3? It's probably you.
Got it. So I think we believe that in this decade, with a platform or a protocol like Base Layer 2, we are be able to bring the next billion users on-chain and 1 million developers to build on-chain as well. Because we do started to see a lot of on-chain use cases growing, a lot of Ethereum active days growing, and more whether it's developer, whether it's users, they're trying to do more scalable things under a layer 2. So that's why we create a base. But essentially, what we believe inside the past 10 years of journey of Coinbase from 2012, we cannot do it alone. We need to do it with partners. We need to basically just create a protocol where everybody can just focus on building more use cases to accelerate the crypto economy. And when I touch back about Onchain Summer, which is a couple of weeks where we're trying to let people experience what is very easy of bridging ETH on Base, doing mint, whether it's art, music, video, gaming. We partners with tons of artists and projects. One of it is Iskra. And I think what's really fun about this is people starting to realize that it's easy to do something on chain, right? And I think Ben can tell more things about it from an Iskra standpoint, but I think the last, from 1st September is already over, but the on-chain summer spirit is still happening, so everything is running perfectly right now, which is people having fun this summer. So that's the most important thing.
Right. And how does this apply for you guys at Iskra?
I think that the partnership started because we have this shared idea about onboarding the next billion people, and I think just like Coinbase and Base believes, it's going to be through content, right? Whether it's music, art, entertainment, and certainly games. Hopefully becomes one pillar of that movement, and so I think for us it was a great opportunity, and in fact, Iskra, we were focusing mainly on emerging markets in the beginning, but this opportunity with Base, which allows us to tap into the highly competitive U.S. market, was really just a tremendous opportunity, and we're very, very lucky to have that opportunity. Yeah.
Awesome. And in terms of your collaboration, what does it mean for you guys as a unit now that you guys are collaborating, and for the industry as a whole?
That's a tough question. Should I, G?
Go ahead.
Age before beauty? Come on,
No, I think the on-chain summer and our collaboration is just like I said earlier, it's overwhelmingly receive a positive feedback, and even if we seeing this internally, even from a Coinbase standpoint, there is a lot of more people realizing the importance of doing something on chain. We call it with Jesse Pollack, our creator of Base. The on-chain energy is just increasing. So what's very important about Base and this collaboration as well is telling a lot of enterprises out there, this is how basically a big giant like Coinbase, trying to navigate the on-chain world. So this collaboration is just telling how doing on-chain doesn't need to be very complicated, but when you have a shared knowledge and a shared mission to bringing the next billion people on-chain, you can do it in a very fun way. I think that's all I can say.
I think that this collaboration was a massive undertaking just for Iskra itself. So I can't imagine what it's like for Coinbase to do it 19 times with 19 different partners. And the results for us anyway were staggering. I think in 7 days we managed to hit almost 80,000 unique mints in 7 days, right? And to be featured next to major brands, right, such as Coca-Cola, Atari, Parallel, and to have the same type of engagement was really incredible, and we'll take that, right? And if we had to do it all over again, we'd do it in a heartbeat, So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that the collaboration so far has gone really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the exception is Eugene, our CEO. I called him in Singapore. I was like, dude, 79,000 unique mints. What do you say? And Eugene is like, no, 79,000 is good. It's good. 100 would be better, right? And I don't know what it is with you Koreans, man. You guys, you won't take the A. It needs to be an A+. You know what I mean? And but yeah, so yes, we will try harder next time. But I'm satisfied.
So there's a lot of blockchain games within the space. There's a lot of Web3 games. What is it that you guys are bringing uniquely to the market that you think that only Iskra and Base are able to deliver? I think that we are all in agreement that this space, there is a lot going on. So how is it that you guys are bringing something different?
So I'll take this one. I mean, I think obviously, like I said, for us, it was an amazing opportunity to partner with somebody as huge as Base, right, to enter the U.S. market. And in fact, yesterday we were having a great conversation, and somebody asked us, also a tough question like you're asking, what's your guys' superpower, right? What's your secret sauce? And my simple answer to that is Korea. Right. My own experience in game publishing is that not many people acknowledge this, but Korea started online games, MMORPGs. They started free to play. They started the loot box, right? And I think that if there's any place that's going to solve the business model and the engagement for Web3 gaming, it's going to be here. And so I think that what makes us different is again, in this phase of the project, we're focusing on Korean-based game content, which it's already starting to show in our data. The engagement is through the roof, right? I think we're off to a really good start, thanks to the support of Base.
And the same question to G.
I think, no, that's a very overwhelmingly response, man. Thanks for all the credits. And I think Base is just new. We just starting launch mainnet 5 weeks ago, and so far so good. But I think what we believe as well, to scale the crypto economy, we need to be available everywhere, but doesn't necessarily needs to be in person. But I think right now in Korea, there is two of us, which is me here and our Sami there, which is flying down from New York. And I think the fact that we are here to basically celebrate the on-chain energy and on-chain summer with Iskra, I think it's telling something, right? I think we do believe on a very important piece of Asia. And I think because Base is still learning, and I think Coinbase also trying to learn and adapt things. So for us, doing things right and learning and adapting very fast with Base is just a very important key element to achieve our mission. So yeah.
And for the core mission of Base, because this is something that's kind of not really the norm and tradition for the path that you guys have led, before. You guys were an exchange, and that's what you guys have built, and that's what you guys are known for. How does that kind of change the future standpoint and the future vision of what you guys are building within the world?
Perfect. So I think Base is kind of a mission statement, or we call it internally a secret master plan of Brian Armstrong, because we launched Coinbase back in 2012. But I think the past 10 years, what we are trying to do is basically how we be able to scale the crypto economy in whatever way possible, right? And I think after we launch an exchange, we are trying to launch our Coinbase wallet, and we are trying to launch our USDC together with Circle. And then we launch our first token, which is Coinbase ETH. And now is basically we incubated Base. So whatever that we basically built as a company, as an organization, is following that kind of master plan. So the fact that we are here today is telling that we believe at Coinbase, we will be able to kind of onboard on-chain from a 10% to 100% in this decade. So we kind of really, really positive and bullish to what we are working internally.
Okay, and then I think this question is for Ben. Okay. So how did you guys come about and choose Base as the partner in particular for this?
Great question. I mean, I think, and I tell this to everybody all the time, a lot of success is based on timing and luck, right? And I think that it was great timing that, in some ways, the Clashmon game kept getting delayed because we kept tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. And then when the developer said, oh, we're finally ready to launch in August, we've been talking to Coinbase and Semi, and they were like, oh, we're doing this thing in August. Would you guys like to? We were like, oh yeah, all right, maybe, and like I said, for me, global expansion really is kind of our focus, and I really couldn't think of a better way to enter the U.S. With this kind of support, and I think that as I shared earlier, I think it was really tremendous. So yeah.
Great. Okay, so the next question is, do you see any challenges in reaching the next billion Web3 users? And what do you think you guys need to do in order to overcome those?
I can take that first. So we were talking about this earlier, right? I think that from the Web3 gaming perspective, the real challenge is going to be actually demonstrating the value of digital ownership, right? I think everybody we get the concept from Web 2, where we know there are black market economies that happen on the side, which is going to be made more feasible and possible with things on chain. But I think it still needs to be proven with the right content for Web 3, right? And I think to us, that's one of the biggest challenges. The other big challenge, too, is to prove that maybe the value of digital ownership doesn't only mean earning, right? There are other things, besides just earning, like collecting, real engagement, and this sort of thing. So at least from a Web3 gaming perspective, that's what kind of we're looking at, or we're trying to solve that issue.
And from a base standpoint, I think it's back to like the original idea why Base is being incubated by Coinbase. And I think I'm just going to quote it, our Jesse Pollack, when he spoke in ETHCC in Paris, is like, I think Coinbase needs to kind of like, if Coinbase want to do on-chains right, what type of like things that we need to do. And I think we come into like a conclusion where for a big scale Coinbase, we just need to basically find one very scalable strategy to do it. And I think in order to do it, I think we partner with Optimism and we're creating like a layer 2. And for us, after creating layer 2, what's next? I think our belief is like by making everything is easy and simple for users to basically participating on chain and just like making developers also building at speed and fast. It's one of the way for us to creating more on-chain use cases. Then we can go to like our mission statement, which is bring the next billion users on-chain. But I think right now, whatever that we talk right now, because we're just starting very early, and whatever that we want to achieve, we cannot do it alone. So that's why also we work with OP Collective, OP Stack, to kind of like building this super chain thesis. Because at the end of the day, bringing the 1 billion users, you cannot really do it alone. And you just need to do it together in a very scalable way.
Right, so you've talked about bringing the next billion users on, and we've talked a little bit about how we're going to do that through gaming. What do you guys identify as kind of the next trends in the gaming sector?
I think one of the things, I have to credit my buddy for coming up with the term is gamer whale, right? I think that right now in the space, everybody talks about the whales that trade altcoins and all these things. And the gamer whale is a creature that has existed since the beginning of like online game communities, right? And they emerge if you are able to create a great experience, right, for everybody, and the community gets big enough to do that. There's always somebody that kind of leads that community, not just in earning, right? Normally, these are the guys that start the black market and all that stuff, but at the same time, they really are leaders of the community, right? It influences the game experience and all that, and you need these kinds of people. And I think that's something that, I'm curious to kind of see, right, what happens with the new generation of games that are coming out that we're seeing, not just ours, but everybody else's, right? Everyone's focusing on real engagement. So it'll be curious to see if that's what kind of pans out. Yeah.
Any comments from you, G, for that? Okay, awesome. So in closing then, would each of you like to share any closing remarks or any exciting updates that you guys might have?
No, I think for us, we just like so happy and like really overwhelmed again with whatever that we achieve under 5-6 weeks right now. And I think we are learning, we are adapting to like what's next for Base. But I think really our intention to just like really onboard a lot of like blue chip players to Base. So when everybody's like ready to basically move to Base and doing an on-chain transaction, they can really see, experience, and do the everyday decentralized application they already see outside, right? So that's really it. And I think right now we're just like really trying to absorb and also learning, because there's a lot of people want to talk with us right now, which is amazing. But I think what I'm trying to say is Base is permissionless. Everybody can build on Base without even me telling what to do. And I think so far, we just like really appreciate with all the builders and users who come to the platform and like sharing the on-chain energy with us. And yeah, that's my final remarks. And yeah, go over to you.
I think in closing, what a difference 12 months make, right? Now I'm sitting on a panel here with you guys. I mean, incredible, right? It just shows you how unpredictable also the industry can be, and this is something that I've felt when I was doing this a long time ago with game publishing, right? You really don't know what'll happen. And we hope that we just signed 4 more games that we're going to be launching in the next 4 to 6 months. And we're hoping to just continue to do the things that work, right? Like this partnership with Base, and we're seeing some real traction, and we hope it continues. So wish us luck. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so that wraps up this session. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give a big round of applause for these 2 gentlemen as they have shown us what's going on with the gaming market with the Web3 users, and our amazing job as moderator to our Jadey Lee. So please give a big round of applause once again. Thank you. So now if you could step down, then...